This episode of Techno Buffalo is brought to you by Carbonite. Welcome back to another episode of Rettinger's Rants. It's a show where I rant and rave on anything from the world of technology and sometimes outside of it. Up this week, I want to talk about social etiquette and cell phones and something that happened to me that I'm guessing happened to you. This is Rettinger's Rants. I'm going to get my ranties in a bunch. Let's go ahead and get started. So last weekend, I met up with a few friends. There were 6 of us in total. Some of us, we haven't seen each other in years. We all used to be really close. We met at a restaurant, we sat down, we had a ton to catch up on, and immediately people started taking out their phones. Some put them on the table, some were checking text messages, Facebook, whatever it might be, checking in on Foursquare while we were sitting there. And I looked around and I noticed everybody else was doing the same thing. Then we went to go see a movie and people were walking around and checking their cell phones. And it wasn't that I'm especially boring, which I know sometimes I can be, but cell phones are taking over social interactions, and I am as guilty of it as the next guy. It wasn't anything I was really aware of until I saw others doing it. And it's such a crazy thing for me because I know in my industry, talking about phones and technology, I am probably totally perpetuating this thing about always being focused on your phone. And I realized anywhere I go, I always got my hand in my pocket, I'm looking down, I'm checking in, I'm doing something on my phone. I realize that there's less and less time for social interaction. When I wake up in the morning, first thing I do is check my iPad. When I go to bed at night, last thing I do is check email. When I'm out and about, I want to check in on Foursquare, I'm checking in on Facebook, or whatever it might be. I always have my phone in my hand, and I'm wondering at what point that happened. It's gotten so bad for me personally with electronics, I sometimes feel like a phantom vibration in my pocket. I feel like my phone is ringing. I'm constantly going, checking it. And I can't be alone on that. So what can we do to fix it? How can we step away from technology for a few minutes, or at least have some sort of social grace? So we came up with an idea that I challenge you guys to try. Next time you're out with a bunch of friends, everybody stack their cell phones, stack them up, face down. The first person to check their cell phone picks up the tab wherever you guys are. That will make sure that people sit and enjoy each other's company, and technology takes a back seat. When someone really has got to make that phone call, someone's really got to check Twitter, they can do it, but they got to pick up the bill. If we're out at a bar, whoever picks up their phone next picks up the next round of drinks. Take your own variation on this. We found that when we did it, we didn't touch our cell phones for 2 or 3 hours, and it really was an enjoyable experience to get to talk and get to catch up again, hear what's going on with our lives. And some of us are married, some of them have kids, just to hear everything that was going on in our lives, and I missed that. I can remember a distinct moment going out with my wife, going to see a movie, and not checking my cell phone. Not worrying that it was going to ring or vibrate or disturb. Just, it was a phone. It was in my pocket. If I had to make a phone call, I would make a phone call. If I had to make a phone call, I wouldn't touch it. And I can't really remember exactly when that became more. The smartphone became so ensconced as part of my life. If you can talk to somebody and they're looking down at their cell phone while they're talking to you or sending a text message, it's rude. And I didn't realize that I did it as much as I did until I looked around and saw others doing it. So it's sort of a moment of self-realization, light bulb over my head kind of thing, where I realized I need to change something about how I interact. So I challenge you guys too, if you fall in the same thing as me, if you check your cell phone way more than you should, if you think about your cell phone, if you see an accident in front of you, the first thing you think to do is take a picture, put it on Facebook, and not call 911, then you got a problem. So let me step aside from my rant for just a minute. Thank our friends and sponsors at Carbonite.com. So we've been talking about Carbonite for a while. Carbonite is the online backup to back up all your home or business computers. You back everything up totally online, so you don't have to worry about losing stuff. You never have to worry. So for a low, flat annual fee, Carbonite will keep your computers backed up no matter how many you have. So start your free trial today. No credit card is required. Go to Carbonite.com/techno and you'll get 2 free months if you decide to buy. So try it, back up your business. Am I alone in this? Am I the only one that feels crazy phantom vibrations? I want to hear from you. Leave your comments down below. If you guys agree, give this video a thumbs up. If you are a victim of the same thing, I am John Rettinger from Techno Buffalo, and I will see you in the next video.